Hello YouTube, the Eye of Stone here, and we are continuing our Skip Rope Smiley Joe Let's Play of Amnesia, The Dark Descent. We just came out of the gut-exploding wine cellar, and I was about to take us into the laboratorium. However, in terms of how this game expects you to play it, I'm sort of getting ahead of myself. So, let us suspend logic and go into the Fabrica Elecquatoria, or the refinery in plain English. Except we can't, because there is muscular Swiss cheese in the way. It is tough and pliant, it can't be torn by hand or tools. So, maybe something in the good old laboratorio will make getting through there less laborio. Excuse you. This is a bad idea. Everything we do in this game is a bad idea. I've said it before, I'm gonna say it many a time again. You okay there, Daniel? That's the shadow. More oil. All right, already, we get it. Who the hell is that?
Closing in.
Yeah, we're not gonna get too close to that. Alright. We're gonna part with some tinder boxes because we have some work to do in here. More oil.
There should be more cuprite. Let me see. And one part aquafortis.
Unless I'm wrong, aquafortis is basically nitric acid. Stop me if I'm wrong about that, but when I was a printmaking major in art school, I used aquafortis, or aqua regia if I'm wrong. Actually, I probably used both because I believe aqua regia is a form of hydrochloric. Once, I was a hotshot printmaking major at the WashU Art School in St. Louis, Missouri, and used both of those compounds, those acids, to etch etching plates. Oh, we've seen you before. One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. No, you don't. Alexander's a jerk. We are going to bop him. This is my third attempt to produce artificial wheatie. The former compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aquafortis in hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. Well, go talk to Carl Jung then. What do we got here? The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can to move them to the winey cellar. Okay. Let us randomly start mixing chemicals, and that's a very smart way to go about things. Krusty wants out. Oh, this game is laughing at you. Let's see. Need to turn on the burners first. Whoa. Let's see. I'm missing something I need. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's get the hell out of this crazy place. It's going to be important later. Okay, now we are going to the refinery-o, which the music in this part of the level is in the refinery is my favorite track from the game. Happy flute music. We're gonna show some people where to stick that thing. Some of the story told in these paragraphs really just never has any obvious connection to the game. I'm sure it's relevant somehow, and I'm sure someone more erudite than me could figure it out, but
it sure is dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason? For the darkness, that is.
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
I mean, this place is as messed up as anywhere else in Castle Brennenburg, but I don't know that we ever are given a specific reason for the darkness. If I missed that, please enlighten me in the comments section. This area is still not actually dangerous, just creepy. Something about the music in this part of the level I really like. Not happy. That scared the shit out of me. Well, we don't dare put the light on now. He didn't close the door. We want to go where he's not. Anyway, whenever I hear this music, I see like occult diagrams relating theories about what the human body, soul, spirit complex is supposed to be in a very ominous, occulty context, that is. We're dead. It's been fun. We're dead. We're dead, we're dead, we're dead, we're dead. Dead we are? Yes! Oh, opioids.
22nd of June, 1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb?
Yes, there was. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Well, we know Herbert had some kind of dealings with Justine's father, and that it's related somehow. Again, I want your information in the comments section. I really have sort of never been able to slow down and do the real work of connecting it all together. Obviously, everything's connected, at least tangentially. In Justine, it didn't really seem there was much going on with the orbs or the shadow. I am out of go-go juice. In A Machine for Pigs, the connection wasn't really flushed out, but it was at least there was some substance given to it. Well, he closed the door. And we are now cowering on the floor in terror. I say we because I am doing exactly the same thing Daniel is doing. Here we go. Alcohol.
"25th of June, 1839. I feel the need to continue this journal, even though it was intended for my journey to Africa. This must be something very important. I just know it. I've taken it upon myself to piece the orb back together, but it's been more difficult than one might think. The pieces are behaving strangely. They seem to change color, shape, and texture, but ever so slightly. Yesterday, I took careful measurements and notated any significant markings. Today, I confirmed my suspicions. They were changing. I was terrified and rushed off to see the finest geologist in London, Sir William Smith. I approached the subject with care and we discussed how rocks change form. He told me about the nature of glass, how it eventually collapses on itself, like ice slowly melting over the course of centuries. Smith eased my mind a bit, but I can't escape the feeling that these shards have otherworldly properties.
No shit, Sherlock. This is Happy Land. Okay. Boy, Shadow is active today. It's not always like this, if memory serves. Time will heal, but I'm taking quite a bruising. Let's make sure. Now. Okay. Just try to get all the journals. We're not missing anything at this point. Okay. That's gonna stop. This is like the worst part of the game. Yeah, we're done here. Yeesh. I hate this. I really hate this part. Pardon me. that didn't work. I'm sorry, I was playing without the headphones on. I can't do this scene with audio. Okay, I'm back. Sort of. What's left of me is back. Sorry. Can't do that. Can't do that sequence with headphones on. You know, in my first days of playing this game, in my first heyday, fucked up love affair with this game, once that was sort of over, I was beginning to wonder if this game hadn't, like, caused me a mild case of PTSD. Yeah, can't do that sequence with, headphones on. It's very creative. Gotta go.
You have an ascending room. Will it take us to the inner sanctum?
It will definitely take care of the vertical part of our journey. So, you have ridden an elevator before?
Yes, the Colosseum at Regent's Park has one. It takes you to the gallery where you can view the panorama.
Good. This ride might be a little longer, and in the other direction.
Yeah, can't. It's just trolling Daniel. Of course not. Well, we'd better get it working. We'd better get it working so we can go yet further into this mess. Let's see. This is one of those games that never gets less scary. Okay. There's got to be something. And let's see. Letter regarding the discovery of an orb to my most trusted friend, student and friend, Johann Weyer. The most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I have been looking for the last 20-odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Heliodromus described it in the Hortus Concelsus. It was as told about an underground Mithraic temple crowned with the unearthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. Its color washed. While rich, contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called Allstadt, investigating one of the antiquated trails when I finally found the cavern. I went inside, and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetch the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but fortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly a blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surrounding. The trees had turned charcoal black with leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind, and it rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in pain, and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground grasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Genoa. The Guardian had taken the orb from me, but still, until this day, I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night, listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It has been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. The last time we spoke, you told me about your interest and ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Allstadt. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Milestones of human anatomy. Understanding locomotion. Decapitated dog's head. Taxidermied pooch. Not quite the Antarctic, the Greenland model, but close enough. Let's see. The canine jaw. Canis lupus familiaris, 1658, April 12th. After a short study, it is clear that the agitation found among humans can be found in the dog. Fear and pain induce stress, which seems to trigger an endogenous response, causing the animal to burst with energy. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It is difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I can sense it. It reeks cosmic genesis. There is an inherent problem in harvesting this energy, since the creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refine this process of torture to enable any real work to be done. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are able to produce the necessary amount. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror.
Let's see what you have to offer. What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw, but I can sense it. It's definitely there.
Goodbye. We've beaten the game. This Let's Play is now over. Throw the book at you. 1658, January 9th, further disappointment. The antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power I sense within it. I shall pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain. Since no research has been made in my particular interest, I must attempt to fill that void myself. Clearly, humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice, as they would prove less of a hassle to acquire. Let's go outside. A breath of fresh air. That's a smart idea. Okay. Now's no time for you to lose your sanity, Daniel. Pay attention. If Michael Arthate can do it, you can. Okay. Elevator room renovation plans. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries. From where I came, mankind is not even a wasted breath. Yet I bow to you. I have done so much for you and have gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trusted you. It was I who, in all fairness, should have entered that gate. Yeah, well, you didn't. And you're not gonna. I'm gonna kill you. Emergency decelerator. Let's stick Alexander's head in there. Let's see. If the elevator breaks down, make sure to use the steam engine to build up pressure before channeling it into the machinery. Adjust the levers to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meter should read 8 up, and up 8 and down 8. Make sure the flow is set according to the following chart. Trinity steam set functions, 4-phase amplitude, complete flow cycle. Note that the machine will not check proper configuration until all rods are inserted. Okay. This we won't. Crystal clear. You are crystal clear about nothing, Daniel. Your fit is a friggin' fiddle. Okay, now, try not to die. That's still soul-rattlingly creepy. Okay. Guest room.
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
Well, they like Desaad-style erotica. That's what they want with your journal, Daniel. Let's see. This is another horrendously scary room.
2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
Well, gee. Aren't we jumping the gun a little bit?
Third of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
On the surface, nothing can survive. Yeah, we're not going in there. This is actually where the game ends. Oh well, we can't play anymore. Really can't believe we're doing this.
The key. Please, let it be here.
Believe we're missing a flashback.
Daniel,
What?
still having nightmares, I see.
Yes, I can't shake them. They come every night.
We'll put a stop to them. You'll see.
Daniel still having fantasies, I see. Come sleep in bed with me. Okay. The door we close. I'm a coward. I'm a yellow-bellied craven. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna reach through the screen with that spiked fist of his. I'm gonna end up on a top 5s video of YouTubers who died in front of their machines inexplicably. I'm not coming out. Is he gone? Oh.
July 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Yeah, and so... We're not going down here, by the way. We're just gonna look at the store. We're not going in there. None. Just another bone-rattlingly scary part of this game. That's pretty. Why did he come here? dead. We're dead, meat. He's gonna smash that door open. Or a man in a can of Spam. One of the Steam achievements is getting all the tinder boxes. Equipment. Is there an assault rifle down here? Let's go in here. Spectacular idea. This game is making me crazy. Another half-collapsed room. What do we got here? Alexander, I have prepared the explosives you needed for clearing the flood drain. I can't stress enough how important it is that the mixture is handled with care. Please try to tell your feather-brained servants this before you go ahead with your plans. The liquids are not by themselves explosive and should be kept separated to avoid further mishaps. I have arranged 2 large vats in the next room for your ingredients. All you need to do is mix the liquids and you are ready to go. Agrippa. So they were working together at one point, just like we were. These are the 2 barrels. Imagine that they're both rusted shut. That door is open, which means that the grunts who are walking around down here with us were in here recently. So what did I do? I came in here with the light on. Now, let's see. Okay. We can get the explosive. Yeah, well, we'll fix that. Why do we have to have it spilling first? This is messed up. Up, this is messed. Yeah, we know who's in there. Alright. Okay. That could not possibly have gotten the grunt's attention. Now, we need to create navigational aids so that when I flee in terror the heck out of this place, I don't run into anything. Am I ruining anything for anybody when I say we're in for it?
Why are you doing this? Get away from me!
One here. One here. One here. It's too damn dark in here. Now. This must have been the larder. Now, that door right there is not mission critical. Is there anything in there? Whatever it is, too bad. We're not going in that room. Forget it. We're using too much oil.
Please, I beg you.
Okay. My sanity is just fine. Now. I don't think those are mechanist gears. Hell's machine, maybe. Now. If a full set of 3 rods is unavailable, there's 1 rod in the inner study rooms, which might work in case the elevator breaks down. Unless it is absolutely necessary, always use the spare rods in the storage before using a mended one. Uh-huh. And maybe by keeping that door closed, we can get him to lose interest sooner. Then again, maybe not. a mechanical perspective, I'm told the grunts are just slightly slower than Daniel, and the brutes are just slightly faster. But I almost never make it out of this sequence without getting pummeled at least once. He is still very much around. He has not despawned yet. Bad enough with the one. We're not going to have two of them chasing us. Still around. Finally. Oh, I don't want to do this. 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 I do not want to do this. Hey guys, I don't want to do this. Actually, we all love being scared. It's repressed. Now, you see, the door is opened. We stay the hell away from that door. Because he is frigging in there. I do not believe he's actually despawned. Alright, here we go. We're going for broke. I will probably...
Don't forget your bag, Daniel.
I won't, Herbert.
There is no shame in using a parasol in the desert. As it happens, it's imperative to your survival.
But it looks ridiculous.
The shame will hurt much less than dying, I assure you.
I do not think I will ever be able to unhear the terror meter. I think that sound will be with me on the day I die. There has never been a sound quite like the terror meter. It sounds like an all-wheel drive car with all four wheels doing a burnout. Well, I will see everybody next time for the machine room. We'll get the elevator going and get yet more into this. That is, as soon as the inpatient facility I'm going to have to go to now releases me. Ta-ta!